Hey, and welcome back to the channel. We are live. It is Tuesday night, and tonight we are gonna be making Chipotle chicken at home. So Chipotle chicken, Chipotle is kind of got like this cult-like following, and I believe part of the reason is their chicken is so freaking good. Like, I could just eat a whole thing of their chicken. And so throughout the years, playing around with different recipes, different takes on the Chipotle chicken, and up until now, they've all been good, but there hasn't been one that even has, come close to the Chipotle chicken. But this one that we're gonna be making tonight is a Chipotle chicken version, but here at home, we're gonna be able to make it with just you're gonna need some kind of blender, food processor. This is my Ninja. I will link that down below. It's my favorite blender. I got it right off Amazon. It comes with like this little short guy, the taller guy, and I love it, like freaking love it. So if you might be, there's a couple appliances that I've purchased over the years that have like paid for themselves over and over and over again. This has been one of them. But so that's all we're gonna need to make our sauce for our Chipotle chicken. So if you are excited to make some Chipotle chicken tonight, a healthier version, a tastier version, this sucker, if you are on a weight loss journey at all this year and you are sick of eating boring, tired, flavorless foods, that ends here tonight. So make sure to smash that like button, give us a thumbs up, leave us a comment down below. Where are you watching from? How is your new year going? Have you lost weight? Are you starting a weight loss journey? Or are you just looking for some lower calorie, flavor-filled food? And so without further ado, we are going to turn the camera down to this and we are gonna get mixing some stuff. So the couple things that we're gonna need, I wanna show you this really quickly. This is Chipotle peppers in adobo sauce, okay? Depending on the store you shop at, they can look a little bit different, but it's basically whole Chipotle peppers and an adobo sauce. And this we use a lot in our household to make different marinades, different sauces. We like, Mexican food here. It's my favorite cuisine to eat. This stuff is awesome. And so we always keep some in here that's super cheap, like $1 a can. And this can will make several batches of this. In fact, towards the end of the video, I'm gonna tell you a really quick time saver that I do here in my house if I'm on the go, just something really quick to help with meal prep and all of that. So make sure you stay to the end to hear that tip. So, all right, let's go ahead and start making our Chipotle sauce. Okay, so we're gonna add everything we need to our little thing right here. And there's a couple ways you can do it. You can measure it out, or I like to do the food scale. I'll pop my food scale right here. I'll set my blender on the food scale, and then you just press the tare button. And that's gonna set it down to 0. And I have it set to grams. So you're gonna add 1/2 a cup of water. Half a cup of water. Next, you're gonna add, now if you were using your food scale at this point, you would press tare. Then you would add 10 grams of olive oil. So 10 grams of olive oil right inside of here. Just like that. And then again, you would press tare, okay? Next, we're gonna add our Chipotle chili peppers that we talked about. So you notice I got some of the peppers, I got some of the sauce. It's gonna be 30 grams of the Chipotle peppers in adobo sauce. Put that right in the thing right there. All right, let's see if I can move you up just a little bit. There we go. So next we're gonna have 3 cloves of garlic right inside. Next I have 14 grams of an ancho chili powder. So 14 grams, this is where a lot of our flavor is gonna come from. That's gonna get dumped right in. I have 3 grams of cumin. I have 1 gram of oregano right here. Get dumped in. So literally, that's it. 1/2 cup of water, 10 grams of olive oil, 3 cloves of garlic, 14 grams of the ancho chili, 3 grams of cumin, 1 gram of oregano. Last thing we have 1 teaspoon of salt, going in. And then we have 1/8 of a teaspoon of black pepper. Grab our pepper here and all right, so once that's on there, we're gonna go ahead and pop the lid on, line this up, take it over, lock it in, and we get it popped into its little base here. Here it is, the Ninja. All right, we're gonna pop it on high and blend it. All right, we're gonna pop our lid off, and you're gonna be able to see inside of here, we have is gonna create the flavor in our Chipotle chicken. And if you have a good blender, there should be no chunks. It should be a really smooth, almost like a tomato sauce looking thing. And if you notice that you have any seasoning up here, you can take a spatula and scrape that off and blend it for a few more seconds to get all that incorporated. Okay, so now that we have our ancho chili sauce, our Chipotle healthier version sauce for our Chipotle chicken ready, now we're gonna get the chicken. And so we're gonna need approximately we're gonna devein some chicken. So I just have boneless, skinless chicken breasts here, okay? And this is approximately a whole pack. You know how you get the packs, the family packs from Kroger or Walmart or, you know, H-E-B. This is one of those whole packs, and we're gonna get it down here. We're gonna get all the fat cut off of it, trim it up, and get it ready to start marinating in our sauce. So we're gonna move our bowl aside, make sure we have a cutting board, and get my ring off. So now I'm just gonna really focus on cutting this fat off. So like right here, I'm just gonna trim all of that fat. Okay? Trim, trim. Over here, there's that little fatty piece. Go ahead and trim that off. And then sometimes there's this little vein thing that runs through. I like to cut that guy out too. So gonna cut that out. And you want to get down to just a regular piece of chicken breast without any fat on it, and just so we just have the meat. And so you're gonna continue to do that with all of the chicken. Just clean it up, get all the fat off of it, like so. And again, if you see any of these veins right here, if you don't mind them, that's cool. But for me, a lot of times they make it a little rubbery or a little chewier, and I don't particularly enjoy that. So I just go ahead and remove those right off of our chicken. Got our last piece done. Now I'm gonna take my food scale and I'm gonna turn it on. And you can either measure in pounds, ounces, or grams. So I'm turning mine to the pound ounce. I'm gonna put a bowl on it, and then I'm gonna press the tare button, which is gonna take us back to 0. And I'm just gonna put my chicken in here until we get to 2 pounds. So we're 2 pounds and 2 ounces. So if I there we go, 2 pounds, 0.3, can't get much closer than that. So here is our 2 pounds of chicken breast. So now that we have that weighed out, our next step, we are gonna take a gallon Ziploc bag. And we're just going to put our chicken breast into the gallon Ziploc bag. Just like so, okay? Just like this. Okay, so once we have that in the bag, we're gonna seal it up. Now you wanna leave a little space open at the end to get all the air out of it. So once we've squeezed the air out of it, finish sealing it up, and you can see you're gonna try to spread it out into a single layer inside of the bag. Okay, so single layer inside of the bag, and you can see we still have quite a bit of room in the bag. So what we're gonna do right now, this is gonna tenderize the chicken and it's gonna even it out so we don't have any of the thicker pieces. You can take This is like what I use to ground spices. You can take, I have a jar of grandma's molasses, and all we're gonna do is start pounding out the chicken. All right, after all that pounding, you can see literally it fills up the entire bag. And if you look on the side, you can see that that thick chicken breast is now down to quite a bit thinner, okay? And all of our chicken is about the same thickness, so that way when we cook it, and you're creating more room on the chicken, so you're gonna get more flavor versus a thick piece of chicken breast. You now have a bigger piece, so more of the flavor can stick to your chicken. So once we get that done, we're gonna open up our bag. We're gonna take our Chipotle sauce, and we are just going to pour it in the bag. Making sure not to spill any of that goodness. Get your booty in there. Get your booty in there. So just pour it in. And then you're gonna wanna get your spatula because there's a lot left in there. So get your spatula. Get all that goodness out. And just put it on in there. Okay, so once you've got that cleaned out, get all that off there. Same thing, you're gonna wanna zip it almost to the end, suck the air out, and then seal it up. And then you just wanna get that all over the chicken. So kind of like you're kneading bread, you're just moving the sauce around, making sure all that chicken is covered in the sauce, okay? Just like so. Nice and covered. All right, once you've got it all covered, we're now gonna take this chicken right here. Let me pull you back up here. So we're gonna take this chicken right here, and you're gonna put it in, you're gonna marinate it for a minimum of 30 minutes. That would be like minimum, but if you've got the time, 1 hour, 2 hours, you can even do this overnight. You know, if you have the time to do that, or the morning before you go to work, stick it in the fridge and cook it. But you wanna let this marinate for a minimum of 30 minutes. So we're gonna go ahead and throw this in the refrigerator. I actually have one that's been marinating since this morning, so I'm gonna pull that back out, and we are gonna cook these bad boys. Okay, we just pulled this bag out of the refrigerator. This has been marinating for, gosh, a long time. So again, minimum 30 minutes, depending on how much flavor you want. If you have more time, hours, even overnight, that is what I would recommend. At the end, I'm gonna give you a tip for maximum flavor, minimum effort. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get out, you can cook this several different ways. You can bake it, you can grill it, which is my favorite way, or because it is winter in most places and I know everybody has access to a skillet. Today I'm gonna show you how to cook it in the skillet, but my most favorite way is to grill it. Get those little char pieces. But today, just for video purposes and to make sure everybody has one, we're gonna do it in a skillet. So we're gonna go ahead and shift you down so you can see. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna turn this on medium-high heat, and we're gonna go ahead and hit our skillet with some non-stick cooking spray. Okay, now we wanna let our pans heat up before we put the chicken in. So put your non-stick cooking spray in, let them heat up, and that'll take just a couple seconds. Then we're gonna put our chicken on. Okay, once our pans have heated up for just a minute, we're gonna go ahead and start putting our chicken into the pan. right, so we're gonna let this cook about 6 minutes per side. Okay, I just took the chicken out of the skillet, and here's what I love about doing it in a hot skillet, even on the grill, is getting these little crunchy bits on the chicken. Can you see that? See how it got some of the dark spots? This is all the flavor. Gordon Ramsay says where there's no color, there's no flavor, and we got plenty of color, plenty of flavor. And so what we're gonna do is we are going to slice this up. And so we're gonna put it down here on our cutting board. All right, so you're gonna take a sharp knife. Now when you're cooking this, you wanna cook it to an internal temperature of 160 degrees. And my favorite way to do this is to slice it in thin slices. And this, you can eat in a burrito bowl, you can eat it over rice, you can put it in a taco, you can, just put it in a bag. You can eat it cold, warm. This goes in so many different things, but this is something I love to make on the beginning of the week and then have it in the refrigerator to pull out. And you can really add it to everything since it's got so much flavor. So we're gonna continue just to slice this up into thin slices. It's my favorite way to do it. But you can slice it as thick as you want. And you can always cut the recipe in half if there's just one of you. If you don't need all this chicken. But my family will gobble this up. And I've actually traveled with this. I've taken it on airplanes, and it's actually not bad, even in an airport, to eat cold. So we're gonna keep chopping all of the chicken. And here we go, 2 pounds of Chipotle chicken, sliced up, ready to go. Meal prepping, delicious, flavor-filled chicken. Healthy, low calorie, ready to go. Inside of this recipe, if you were to consume, I don't even know who could, all of this chicken, all 2 pounds, you would be looking at only 991 calories. That's a lot of freaking food. 19 grams of fat, 201 grams of protein, 4 grams of carbs, and 1 gram of fiber. So even if you were to divide that into 8 meals, you're looking at 25 point something grams of protein in every single meal. So really high protein, very little fat, very little calories for what it is. And so here's the deal with this chicken. If you've ever just tasted Chipotle's chicken, their chicken actually has a little bit of a spice to it. So this is gonna have a little bit of a kick, a little bit of a spice to it if you're eating it just by itself. If you're mixing it in things, putting it in things, you're gonna minimize that spice quite a bit. Now, one of my keys, one of my tricks for when I make a batch of this helps make my job easier on the back end. So instead of making one batch, what I'll typically do is I will make several batches. I'll go through all the same steps. I'll measure out the chicken, but when it comes to making the sauce, a lot of times I will double or triple the recipe. I'll get my 2 pounds of chicken in a bag, and maybe I'll get 6, so I'll start at the store, 6 pounds of chicken. Get it all set, put 2 pounds of chicken in each bag, hammer it out, triple the recipe, because again, the biggest part of cleaning this up is the sauce, making the sauce. And you have more than enough peppers inside of the adobe peppers. Triple the sauce, I'll cook one up, let it marinate. The other ones, I'll put the sauce in the bags, get it all mushed together, and then I will take that and freeze it. So I'll take the chicken with the sauce, I'll freeze it. Then when I want to cook it, I'll take it out and I will unthaw it, maybe in a water bath or just in the sink. I will throw it on the grill in a skillet and it'll be ready to go. That is how you have really fast, healthy, flavor-filled chicken without having to get home, measure all the ingredients, it up. It's super fast and it doesn't take a lot of extra effort when you're adding 1 or 2 or 3 additional bags to throw in the freezer. And this is something I do all the time. Whenever I'm making this, I very rarely make one batch. More often than not, I'll make several batches of it and then just grab it out of the freezer as I need it. Listen, if you go to the grocery store, you're gonna see meat in marinades, in flavorings, and it's typically almost double the price, sometimes triple the price per pound to buy stuff pre-flavored, pre-seasoned. And here you can do it at home, make your life easier while cooking. You know, eating healthy, losing weight doesn't have to be boring. And this is proof. And so drop me a comment down below. We're gonna have some other cooking videos coming up here on the channel. Next week, you are gonna see an interview with Krista Joy, who freaking has lost a crazy amount of weight. Wait till you hear her story. You're not gonna wanna miss it. If you know anybody else who likes flavor-filled food, make sure to share this video. And in a couple weeks, I'm gonna be showing you my favorite way to meal prep chicken, my all-time favorite marinade, my all-time favorite way, low calorie, and it's winter. So we're gonna be coming at you with a low calorie chili. So make sure if you haven't, you've hit the subscribe button, you've rang the notification bell so you don't miss any of the things we have coming up here on the channel. Thanks for watching. We will see you on the next one.